guys, I'm just making a small video about Muhammad and superstition. I wanted to examine the things that Muhammad said in hadith so that we can decide what kind of man he was by what he believed in, and therefore we can determine then if we want to believe in the rest of the things he said. Here we see here from this hadith, Muhammad, the Prophet, said, a good dream is from Allah and a bad or evil dream is from Satan. So if any one of you has a bad dream in which he gets afraid, he should spit on his left side and he should seek refuge from Allah for its evil. This next hadith is along the same lines, and then the third hadith says here, then he should spit without salava thrice on his left side and seek refuge. And I want to know honestly, do you Muslims really do that? Imagine the Muslims that take the first hadith without taking the second one or the third one, and they follow that. Does that mean that the floor in your bedroom is covered with dried spit, or what? Do you really think that the God of this universe would find it pleasing that you would be spitting over the side of your bed to drive away the evil dreams that you had? Do you think it makes any difference to him? You know, it's hard to believe such a thing that Muslims might do, and yet I've spoke to Muslims and found that many of them do this thing. It's beyond me. Let's look at some more. Here we have a hadith where it says that Muhammad taught that when Muslims wake up from their sleep, they're to snort water up their nose and wash out Satan, as Satan sleeps in your nose. It's funny when I have told different Muslims about this that they deny it. They've never read this hadith. They don't know anything about it. But this is the reason why you're snorting water up your nose every day. The same line goes that Muhammad said that Satan sleeps in your ears. He pees in your ears. Doesn't make any sense. Look at this one. The Prophet said, when you hear a crowing of cocks, ask for Allah's blessing, for the crowing indicates that they have seen an angel. And when you hear the braying of donkeys, seek refuge in Allah from Satan, for the braying indicates that they have seen a Satan. Really? Really? Oh, okay. Let's move on. You know, Muhammad said a lot of things. He said that jinns float around the ceilings of the Muslim houses. This is particularly frightening for me because I can't imagine being in my house or anyone being in their house and looking up to the ceiling and worrying that some jinns are staring at them and they're floating around the ceilings. But this is what Muhammad said. Muhammad kissed the black stone. He was afraid of strong winds. Muhammad said for you Muslims to wipe your butt with an uneven number of stones. Muhammad was walking in the graveyard with his friend. He picked up a couple of green leaves and he placed them on the graves of two men. And his friend asked him, "Oh Muhammad, what are you doing?" And Muhammad replied, "May these green leaves lessen the pain of these men in their graves until the leaves go brown." Come on. Hello, Muslims. Alright, let's move on. Muhammad believed in the power of the evil eye. Muhammad believed he was superstitious about even numbers, and he avoided them. Muhammad said that when a Muslim enters the bathroom, he should enter the bathroom with his left foot. And you know, I've asked a lot of Muslims, do you really do this? Do you enter the bathroom with your left foot? And they admit they do. I can't help but laugh. Do you really think that God cares about this issue? Is God superstitious too? Or is it just you guys? Muhammad said that when you're in the bathroom and when you finish taking a pee, you're supposed to shake your private parts 3 times. And you're supposed to say with each shake, in the name of Allah, shake, the mercy, shake, and the merciful, shake. And then I guess you're safe, right? You're safe until you have to happy again? I don't know. Is God Almighty, is he happy that you're bringing his name up and holding your private parts at the same time? Guys, what do Muslim women do? How do they shake? Oh, it's too much. Muhammad said that you're to eat a date every day to keep evil spirits away. And Muhammad was afraid of knots. Even knots are mentioned in the Quran, which we understand is from Satanism, witchcraft, and shamanism. Muhammad taught that black dogs are from the devil and they should be killed. And Muhammad said not to kill the house snakes. House snakes? Yes, indeed. He said don't kill the house snakes because they are converted jinn and they've become snakes. If you have one in your house, you're supposed to warn him 3 times to get out. And if he doesn't, then you can kill him. Alright, let me scroll down. I have another hadith here. This one beats everything. This hadith here, this one right here. This one here tells a very interesting story because it says, in fact, it says that if a man is having carnal relations with his wife and he's supposed to pray before he, does anything. Before they do anything, they're supposed to pray. If they don't pray, then Satan can affect what they have, what is born from their union. But the fact is that Muslims forget, or rather perhaps Muhammad forgot that when he said this hadith, he forgot that his parents never prayed such a prayer. And then Muhammad was born. So what is this telling you? Muhammad is from Satan. Ta-da! Anyway, hadiths are amazing, and I'm very thankful that we have these hadiths that we can actually learn who Muhammad is, what he said and did and stood for, and then we can decide what type of man he was, whether we can trust him, and quite frankly, guys, anybody that said all of the stuff like this, I would just keep away from with a 10-foot pole. How you Muslims follow this, or maybe you're not aware of these hadiths and his superstitions, I don't know. But there's a lot more superstitions we haven't even talked about. But at least it brings a little clarity about what this man was about, the things he believed in and stood for, and he told his followers to do. Therefore, I would recommend any Muslim now to get out of Islam, because if a man talks like this, then how can you believe him about the rest of the things that he says? Have a good day.